Alright, this video is about gear and loadout and, what you wear in a shit hits the fan scenario. It's not, the God's gospel. It's more of like a general, you know, how to. There is no guaranteed perfect sweet spot loadout, if you will. I mean, DEA uses one, Rangers use one, Airborne uses a different one. Fucking Marines use a different one. Navy SEALs use a different one. ICE uses one. Fucking that's ICE, not ISIS. That's Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. Just so you know. FBI uses a different one. It depends on what you're doing. I keep mine very high speed, low drag, and that's because I have knee and back issues. It's not because I'm gonna be on the run and clearing houses all day if the shit hits the fan, but it's easier to flee under duress or sprint under duress and carry other people if need be with a light pack. This is my bug out bag. Alright, I've made a few modifications, like this did not come on it. This is so I can attach a sleeping roll or something. But that carries my ammo, my food, my fire kit, my shelter, and it weighs about 20-30 pounds. Alright, and this is my armor. Alright, I've obviously modified it a little bit. A lot of people like the drop holsters, which they're fine, but when it comes down to moving quickly, the drop holster can get into your way occasionally. I keep it on my vest right here. It's not a cross draw. Cross draw is a bad idea if you're coming into houses and stuff, because if someone grabs you, then you can't get your gun out. Keep it here so you just pull straight. I have a good survival knife on it. I have zip ties in case. And people go, why would you be needing to restrain people? Shit hits the fan. You're going to be dealing with, sometimes you need information. Well, it's hard to get information from someone if they're dead. Yeah, this is not necessarily going to kill you every time, even with the various types of hollow points I carry for self-defense and personal protection. I also have mags of ball ammunition, just for, if we've gotten past 30 rounds of hollow points, we've passed the self-defense scenario a long time ago. We're in a firefight. This is not my primary, just for the record. This is a tertiary or third weapon. Okay? Just so you know. Now, this is part of my loadout for a reason. Because of my knee and back and ankle issues, mostly my knees and back, it's difficult for me to kick down doors. I can still do it. I can still kick down a door, doesn't matter. It's just easier to blow the fucking locking mechanism out. Frankly, when the shit hits the fan, you're talking about 72 hours of people just losing their shit, basically. Going nuts. After that, it's going to take about a week or so for everyone to decide whether they want to loot and pillage or riot or not. In that time, you're going to need to move as quickly and fast as possible to get things accomplished. I.e., you're not going to be carrying an 80-pound ruck. I attach my camelback directly to my armor. 2 reasons. 1, it's easier, as opposed to having it in my backpack and all that. Which, the backpack, frankly, is survival gear mostly. Spare clothes, all that's in there. Spare ammo, optical covers, glasses, shooting glasses, stuff like that. Comm gear, all that's in there. I try to keep it, and this is my loadout in particular. I try to keep my loadout, not including armor, not including my rifle, down to 30 pounds, 45 to 30 pounds. Again, that's a me preference because I have degenerating discs in my back. I've had surgery on my knees and stuff, so I'm not going to be carrying around 90 pounds happily, and I'm sure as hell not going to run full clip with it. Now, some people can. A lot of people are capable of it, and, you know, I used to be. But for me, having the camelback attached to my armor is easier. If I have to drop my ruck and run, I've still got some water. I've still got my survival knife. I've still got my sidearm and my rifle. It doesn't really matter the caliber, it's how you use it. I've had people say 45 is better than 9. 223 is better than 308 or 30-06. Okay, the only time your caliber matters is weight. 9mm is pretty lightweight. The shotgun, as far as I'm concerned, once it's empty, it's done. Don't have to keep it. I don't like 223 because I've seen it go through people and it doesn't kill them, which defeats the purpose of shooting someone. The 9mm is simply, oh shit, we're too close to use the rifle now. Or, you know, it's the quickest thing to get to. Keep it light. Keep it simple, stupid. KISS. Keep everything within your working area. Alright? If you like drop leg holsters, perfect. If you like leg platforms, perfect. If you want to carry an 80-pound ruck, that's fine. I'm moving from the mountains in Arizona to the mountains on the East Coast now, and I'm gonna homestead over there. But mountains are mountains, man. It's just humid and cooler on the East Coast, so it's easier to survive. The woods on the East Coast, quite frankly, make it easier to survive as far as animals, deer, rabbits, you know, that type of stuff, as opposed to here in Arizona where the most you're going to get is a mangy, plague-ridden rabbit or a coyote that's got God knows what parasites on it. The biggest thing you have in Arizona are bighorn sheep, and good luck with that. They've got elk here, but they're kind of few and far between. You're not going to find them like that. On the East Coast, you're going to find deer. You're going to find rabbits. Rabbits and squirrels worth eating. The ones here are mangy and scrawny. They don't get fat enough. You'd have to eat 2 of them to have a meal. On the East Coast, 3 squirrels, 1 rabbit. You know, either way. But we're digressing from gear down to survival and sustenance, which is something completely different, and that's a personal thing depending on your regional location. Your gear needs to be as efficient as possible. Last thing you want is, perfect example, alright, you've got all your crap on, right? All of it's on your armor, your rucksack, all that. Alright, so you're hoofing it. You know, your car broke down, you don't have a car, you know, you're trying to get out of Babylon, which you shouldn't be in Babylon anyhow. It's a horrible idea. Doesn't matter whether it's the suburbs or the ghetto. They're both going to go into complete civil unrest and before you can know it. The worst part about living in the suburbs, for all you richy dumbasses, is the crime's going to come there almost overnight, because that's where most of the money's at. And people are still going to think money matters at that point. It's going to take a while for people to realize money's useless. Well, the average intelligence and below people, it's going to take them a while. You know, if you're watching this video, obviously you're above average intelligence, so you're going to realize the night of, money doesn't mean anything. So have fun in the suburbs. Enjoy that, as a matter of fact, because you better get your shit and get out quick. People in the ghetto and the hood, like where I can afford to live, are gonna know the second it happens. People in the suburbs are gonna want to take their time getting out with their little soccer families and stuff, and you know what? Y'all gone. Y'all done. Anywho, but all political logistics aside, you have all your crap on your armor. You go out, try to turn on your car, doesn't work. Alright, we're not talking about EMPs or anything. Maybe your car just decided, nope, I'm not starting today. So you've got your armor on, whatever your MBR or main battle rifle is, and hopefully you have a sidearm. Hopefully, because, you know, always good to have a backup. Redundancy is good. So now you've got 80 pounds of crap on your back. You've got your tent, you've got your bedroll, you've got water, food, clothing, fire material, you've got camping gear, e-tools or shovels. To those who don't know what an e-tool is, you've got canteens. I mean, whatever you've packed. Maybe you've got a bunch of canned goods in your backpack, which is good. Canned goods, there's nothing wrong with it. They just add weight. But again, cans are useful. So 80 pounds, and now there's rioting, looting, and pillaging all around you. How are you going to run with all that? And once you get going, how are you going to stop? Once you find a safe place, you're going to trip all over yourself. Just saying, something to think about. Keep it lightweight, high speed, low drag. Think of it this way. If you're going to fall down the side of a mountain, do you want to be wearing 100 pounds worth of shit or 30 pounds worth of shit? It's going to hurt either way, but you're going to hit a lot harder with all that crap on. Just saying. If you're walking through the marshes, because I grew up in Georgia, I know all about wetlands. I know all about marshes and gators and water moccasins and timber rattlers and copperheads and coral snakes and scorpions and all that shit. Black widows, fiddlebacks. Do you really want to get stuck in a swamp because you're wearing 80 pounds worth of shit? And now you're trying to decide, what do I leave here? And you hear the gator. Yeah. And contrary to popular belief, water moccasins can bite you underwater. I've seen it happen in person. Not me, but still. If you have 30 pounds worth of gear, you're still going to sink. But as long as you keep moving, you should be okay. Just things to think about. You're not going to carry 1,000 rounds of ammo. I don't care who you are. You're not going to carry 500 rounds of 9mm, which is way lighter than 45. It goes a lot farther and a lot faster than 45. So for all you guys out there with small penises who think a 45 is important, you're not going to carry 500 rounds of that and 1,000 rounds of 223, because everyone loves this AR-15, which I'm getting one as we speak, just because it's cheap at the moment, so I'll take what I can get. I would prefer to have a 308, but that's $1,800 for the rifle I want. The AR's $590, so take what I can get. But 1,000 rounds of 5.56 or 223, which there is a difference in the rounds, not much, it's minute, but still, that weighs almost anywhere from 20 to 30 pounds itself. Okay, depending on what you have round-wise, you're talking incendiary, AP, penetrator rounds, just regular, Walmart rounds, which has a little hole in them. They call them hollow points, but they're not. You got to think, what grain are you carrying? Because the higher the grain count, there is a difference in the bullet ratio and weight. Are you carrying subsonic? Are you carrying supersonic? If you're carrying supersonic, you're going to have a louder report when you shoot. Those are things to think about. You don't need all the bells and whistles. Just try and keep it as simple as possible and as minute. I have 4 different types of fire starter in my kit, and it takes up this much room. Literally, it takes up as much room as 2 of my magazines beside each other. And I have a can of Sterno. Do I have a camp stove? No, because I can use rocks. That's just less weight. Yeah, a camp stove weighs maybe a couple of grams. Well, when you got water, I have canned goods in there. I have a mess kit. I have a change of clothes. That starts to really add up. Ounces make pounds, and pounds make pain. These are things to think about. You gotta think your armor. I have some old school shit from Iraq, the green plates. It'll take a few hits from a 7.62, but hey, it'll definitely take some pistol round hits. And most people have handguns. Most crimes are committed with handguns. So while these idiots are like, oh, we need to get rid of rifles and blah blah blah, big black mean rifles and ooh, evil AKs, most crimes are not committed with rifles or shotguns. They're committed with handguns, people. Yeah, pistolas, arma de fuegos. Think about it. What's easier to get into a shopping mall? A handgun or a full-length, battle rifle? Come on, dude. Although that idiot in New Jersey did get a shotgun into the mall, which, somebody should have seen it. Coffee is so delicious. You have to think My Camelback is 3 liters. That's some weight. Alright, and that's strapped directly to my armor. I've got a medikit on the side of my thing. Personal one, right here. See? Bam. Okay? And it's stripped down. You gotta think, that's gonna weigh. I've got tourniquets, I've got, wound cleaning gear, I've got clotting agents, I've got all that. I've got compasses, I've got maps, I've got protractors, I've got all that crap in there. So if I have to hunker down, it's there. I've got this flashlight and another one. The good news about this one is the batteries are rechargeable. They're good for 30 or 3,000 hours. They're these, I've never even heard of them until just now. But it's uber bright. I mean, really bright. It goes almost, 400 yards. If I need to, I can signal someone. Easy. I can also use it in conjunction with my sidearm. If I have to, get someone's attention, or I feel threatened, I can hit them with a light and have the sidearm right there. I have this, which this is a Gerber. It was designed by a Special Forces guy for Gerber. I've got some rattle can on it. You see the holes? This also can be a spear. This is designed to break glass. It's also designed to go through plexiglass, so even safety glass is not going to matter. This is a hammer. So I just negated a whole bunch of crap that I have to carry. The sheath on it has a knife sharpener on it. Alright? The zip ties can also be used to help me fashion a shelter, as opposed to having to carry rope. So again, they're not just for restraining people. Just things to think about. Keep it lightweight. Try to, because if you've been on the run for a couple of days, you're going to be tired, you're going to be hungry, your calorie intake is going to go down exponentially because you're going to start running out of food and you're going to have to worry about what am I going to eat, what am I going to hunt, oh my god, where am I? Is some psycho going to hear me hunting? Is some psycho going to see my campfire and they're going to come after me? And then you're screwed, because now your calories are, you haven't had the nutrients you need to run, and now people are homing in on, campfires and the smell of food and bam, 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 you trying to hunt. I can take down a boar or deer with this. I've done it. I've hunted with a 9mm handgun. I know it's possible. That conserves the ammo for my rifle. That conserves the ammo for my shotgun. And I do have deer slugs. I have 15 pellet buckshot. I have birdshot. But, again, why use it if I don't have to? It's just weight, yes. But if I need a shotgun, it's there to gain firepower superiority. The shotgun and the main battle rifle gain you firepower superiority in a matter of seconds. There's nothing superior about a handgun unless the person you're going against is unarmed or unaware. It doesn't matter if they have a knife. If the person has a knife and they know you're there, you're in danger. You can think bringing a knife to a gunfight is suicide. You've never done the statistics. Trust me, a lot of people win gunfights with knives. Mainly because the person with the gun had no idea the guy or girl had a knife. These are things to think about. Think about the fact that when you start a fire, everyone's going to see the smoke. The smoke's going to go up, and it's noticeable from a distance. Even if you build subterra, if you go underground, you have to, have vents so you can get air. You have to be able to cook without, getting carbon monoxide poisoning because it sucks all the oxygen out. Again, those vents, even if they're not obvious, the smoke coming out will be. The smell of food when people are starving and going, batshit because the world's going into decay, they're going to want an easy meal. If you're walking alone, forget all this gray man stuff. When the shit hits the fan, gray man's irrelevant. Everyone's after anyone who has anything. Doesn't matter if you have a JanSport backpack or a Marine backpack, the IBLE, I think it's called. It doesn't matter. People are going to attack anything that they think has something useful. You have to think like a criminal. Thinking like a good guy is not going to get you anywhere. If you think like a criminal, you know what they're going to come for. Anyone who has anything. People are going to be trying to take TVs and radios and cell phones. Well, not like they're going to matter. But they don't know that because they're below average intelligence, average or below, which the vast majority of people are. You have to understand, even if you're wearing a fanny pack or you have a purse, they're going to think there's something they can use in there or that they can benefit from. Even if all you have is a bottle of water and, a cell phone. As far as they're concerned, you've got gold. Think about it, people. You have to think like the bad guy to outsmart the bad guy while still being a good guy. Alright, well, this is 20 minutes and 30 seconds now. I was trying to keep it at 15 minutes, but remember, pack light, pack small, compact, have redundancy in play. Just have things that have multiple uses that you can use over and over. And by the way, paracord is not super useful for snares. It's good for tie downs and making shelter, but so are a million other types of things. Fishing wire and trip wires or snare wires. Very useful and cheap. God bless, take it easy, and be safe.